Hello and welcome back to Too Lazy to Read. I'm Nigel, your faithful bookworm guide. Today we have a special episode and a new co-host, Clara. Our previous co-host Elizabeth has moved on to new adventures, and we wish her the very best. And I'm thrilled to have Clara joining me. So Clara, welcome to your first deep dive on the show.
Hi, Nigel. And hello, everyone. I'm excited and only a little nervous to be here. I've been a fan of the series, so stepping in as co-host is a real honour. I've got my cup of tea, my curiosity, and I'm ready to dive in. So, what intellectual rabbit hole are we exploring today?
We're picking up from a previous episode, actually. Remember our deep dive into Al-Ghazali's The Incoherence of the Philosophers? That was the classic mic drop where Ghazali critiqued the Islamic world's leading philosophers and basically said, "Nice try, but your logic doesn't prove what you think it does." Well, today we're covering The Rebuttal, a book that was written as a direct response to Ghazali. It's Averroes, The Incoherence of the Incoherence. If Ghazali's book was the attack, this one is the counter-attack, point by point, argument by argument.
The title alone sounds cheeky. Incoherence of the Incoherence? So Averroes basically wrote a response article to Ghazali?
That's exactly the vibe. Imagine a meticulous, scholarly rebuttal where Averroes goes through Ghazali's claims one by one, effectively saying, "Hold on, let's fix these errors." In fact, Averroes, also known as Ibn Rushd, deliberately mirrors Ghazali's structure. Ghazali had attacked the philosophers on 20 distinct points of doctrine, and Averroes follows each of those points in order, systematically refuting Ghazali's reasoning. It's as if he's holding Ghazali's book in one hand and writing responses with the other. The result is a dense but fascinating defense of philosophy.
Before we jump in, remind us who Averroes was. I know Ghazali was a Persian theologian. What about this responder guy?
Averroes, or Ibn Rushd, was a 12th century Andalusian polymath, a judge, physician, and the most famous Aristotelian philosopher in the Islamic West, Islamic Spain, to be precise. If Ghazali was skeptical of philosophy's value, Averroes was its great champion. He wrote extensive commentaries on Aristotle and believed that faith and reason could harmoniously coexist. This book, The Incoherence of the Incoherence, was written about a century after Ghazali's Incoherence of the Philosophers. By that time, Ghazali's critique had become hugely influential. Some say that in the Eastern Islamic world, philosophers started to keep a low profile after Ghazali's broadside. So Averroes, coming from Islamic Spain, took it upon himself to defend the philosophical tradition against Ghazali's charges.
So it's not just academic pettiness, it sounds like Averroes genuinely thought Ghazali's work was a threat to the intellectual balance of his society.
Absolutely. Ghazali had argued that the philosophers' metaphysical ideas were incoherent and even dangerous to the faith. In his introduction, Ghazali notes that some people, dazzled by big names like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, and their achievements in math and science, had started questioning their traditional religious beliefs. Ghazali wrote Incoherence of the Philosophers to pull those folks back from what he saw as the brink of unbelief. You could say Ghazali was defending the faith by showing the bankruptcy of philosophy. Averroes, on the other hand, believed Ghazali's attack was not only overkill, but in some cases built on misinterpretations. He admired Aristotle and the great Muslim philosophers like Avicenna and Al-Farabi, and he wasn't going to let their legacy be dismissed without a fight. So, The Incoherence of the Incoherence is Averroes mounting a rigorous defense of philosophical reasoning within the Islamic context. He's basically saying, Ghazali got a lot wrong about what the philosophers actually teach, and I'm here to set the record straight.
This is shaping up to be a scholarly grudge match, and I assume it's written in a formal, argumentative style. Not a casual read by any stretch.
Very much so. It's structured as a debate. Averroes often quotes a passage from Ghazali's book, sometimes explicitly, Ghazali says, and then responds with, I say, presenting the counter-argument.